We are just waiting for some simple rain.
Yeah, look at all these flood advisories and warnings, flash flood warnings. Look at all of western Kentucky, a lot of Indiana, Ohio as well. A lot of flooding going on. Conditions are finally beginning to improve because the overall jet stream and all the active storms are going to stay away for a while. That jet stream configuration across the western United States, it's going to allow for us to be warmer and to finally give a break for the central and southern plains here. But we do have a weak system moving through, but this one is not going to produce a lot of moisture. And we finally do see that relentless outbreak of severe weather from last week coming to an end here for a while. We do see a system now exiting off into the Atlantic here, and the conditions are beginning to improve, but there's so much flooding it's going to take a long time to work through that. We've got the coldest air now towards central and eastern North Dakota because that's where the proximity of this Canadian high pressure is. The farther displaced we are away from it, the milder it is. That's why it's 25 in Jamestown, but you go farther west, it's 48 in Sydney. It's 57 in Glasgow. We can really make that out here, expanding the view with International Falls now at 19 degrees. Minneapolis 32, but 28 in Green Bay. And again, we're still looking at 50s and some 60s in Montana. Some of that milder air advancing toward North Dakota for the next several days. Again, around that high pressure, we got southeast winds now around 10 to 20 miles per hour. It has been a bit on the breezy side for today. Tomorrow, more like 15 to 20, maybe 25 mile per hour winds. Nothing too out of the ordinary. We'll likely have a mostly cloudy sky here to start off our Tuesday, and that might lead to a couple of scattered showers. Again, we're moisture starved here. Not a lot going on. A better chance farther toward the west coming off the mountains here. Again, this is not Gulf moisture, but it's all coming from the eastern Pacific, crossing over the Rockies, and we're just left with a little bit. And that's kind of the situation we've got going on the rest of this week. A little bit, but nothing real significant. Maybe early next week, maybe a little bit of a trend trying to show maybe Sunday night, sometime early Monday or early next week rather, that might give us a sign of maybe a bit more of a moisture maker. Wouldn't that be nice? But highs for tomorrow inching upward as a western North Dakota average, upper 50s, low 60s. The expected winds will be strongest on Wednesday. West-northwest winds may be gusting to 30 miles per hour. So tomorrow breezy but windier weather on Friday on the way, or rather Wednesday on the way. Again, with that though, temperatures are going to be milder with widespread 60s across the region, starting, if not tomorrow, for Wednesday and Thursday. But for tonight, temps in the 20s to around 30 degrees, 50s and 60s for tomorrow. 19, though, in Jamestown, colder eastward. It'll be in the 40s tomorrow, but 66 in Bowman. Meanwhile, that 7-day forecast, typical spring days ahead. We got the wind down, we got the milder weather, and perhaps the first 70s of the year on the way on Saturday.
That'll be something for a Saturday.
It will, that's right.